For better picture quality, adjust tracking control on your VCR.
Many hundreds of years ago, in the land of Baghdad, lived a boy named Aladdin. He and his mother were very poor. So poor, in fact, that they often went hungry.
Mother, is there nothing else for supper tonight?
Nothing but this piece of black bread. Oh, how I wish your father were still alive. Now, who can that be?
I'll answer it, Mother.
At the door stood a tall, strange man. He wore a white turban of the purest silk.
Why, hello.
Aladdin, how are you, my boy?
I'm all right, thank you. Who are you, please?
Oh, who am I? Oh, I forget you've never seen me before. I am your uncle.
My uncle?
Yes, your Uncle Hamid. I'm a famous magician.
Of course, the stranger wasn't really Aladdin's uncle. He was pretending. But why? Soon we'll know exactly why. Meanwhile, he performed feats of magic and showed Aladdin and his mother that he really was a magician. He made clouds appear and start raining. He clapped his hands and made thunder.
Now, Aladdin, I want you to come with me on a very important journey.
Where, Uncle?
To the most secret part of the forest.
They came to an underground cave.
Now, my boy, deep down inside the cave, you will find a lamp. Bring it to me.
Aladdin slipped down into the cave. Deeper and deeper he went. Finally, he came upon a lamp. An old, dirty lamp that looked absolutely worthless.
Could this be what he wants?
Suddenly, a strange feeling came over Aladdin. He felt that he must not give up the lamp, but keep it for himself. For a long time, Aladdin remained silent, refusing to give up the lamp.
I'll seal him in forever.
The magician intoned some mysterious words, and a huge rock fell into the entrance of the cave, sealing it off. Then he left, never to return. Poor Aladdin. He stood inside the pitch-black cavern holding the lamp and not knowing what to do. In the darkness, he stubbed his toe and fell heavily on the ground. Then, to his amazement, the cave was filled with light that flowed from a huge genie that appeared out of nowhere.
You called, Master?
Who are you?
The slave of the lamp. Whenever you rub the lamp, I appear to grant you your every wish.
Rub the lamp? Oh, I must have rubbed it by accident when I fell.
That is true, Master. Now command, and I obey.
Aladdin's first thought was for his mother.
My mother has worked hard all her life, O Genie. I wish her good things to eat and fine clothes and a comfortable home.
Your wish is granted, my master. Come and see.
In an instant, Aladdin was home again.
Mother, I'm back.
My son, look, a wonderful thing has happened.
And indeed, his mother was now dressed in fine clothes and lived in a fine house. Suddenly, there was a sound from the street, the sound of royal music. Aladdin sprang to the window and saw the Sultan passing by in his carriage, and with him was his beautiful young daughter. For years, Aladdin had secretly been in love with her. But how could he, unknown and the son of a widow, hope to marry the Sultan's daughter? How could he even enter the Sultan's palace without being stopped by the guards? Then Aladdin had an idea.
The lamp. Here, let me rub the lamp.
What do you wish, my master?
Take me to the palace of the Sultan.
Your wish is granted, my master.
Who are you?
My name is Aladdin. I love you and wish to marry you.
But how can that be? I am promised to another, Mephisto, son of the Grand Visor.
He rubbed the magic lamp.
What do you wish, master?
Form an army of invaders. Have them appear at the gates of Baghdad, but to harm no one.
Your wish is granted.
The Sultan's daughter saw that Mephisto was a coward, but still she thought she should marry him. Next, Aladdin had the genie change him into a helpless old beggar.
Please, Mephisto, I am starving. Help me.
Help you? Get out, you lazy old man.
And the Sultan's daughter saw that Mephisto was cruel, but still she thought she should marry him. Finally, Aladdin ordered the genie, in disguise, to tell Mephisto that the Sultan and his daughter had quarreled, and that she had been disinherited.
Worthless woman. What good is she to me without her father's money?
When the Sultan's daughter heard that, her eyes were opened, and she refused to marry him. Soon she fell in love with Aladdin and married him instead.
Many years ago, the brave armies of Greece and Troy were locked in a long, bitter war. The Trojans had captured a beautiful Greek princess named Helen and held her within their fortress city of Troy. It did not seem possible that any man could break into the fortress city of Troy. For days, weeks, months, the Greek soldiers from their camp on a beach near the city assaulted the walls of Troy, but they were always beaten back. Then Ulysses, a great leader of the Greeks, said to his men, "I have a plan. It is dangerous, but if it works, the Trojans themselves will take us through the gates of their city." At the order of Ulysses, the Greek soldiers set to work cutting down huge trees, making the wood into planks. From the towers of Troy, the Trojan soldiers watched a big building grow taller and taller day by day, until it was 6 stories high. And when the Greeks pulled away all the work ladders and scaffolds, there stood a huge wooden horse, 80 feet tall. All along the towering walls of Troy, the soldiers and the people gathered to look out across the plain at the great wooden horse. They wondered what it was for, what it meant. The Trojans did not know that Ulysses and 5 Greek soldiers lay hidden in a dark, secret passage inside the wooden horse. All through the night, fire blazed brightly on the beach. The Greeks were burning their tents just as if they were giving up their camp and sailing back home. When morning came, not a Greek ship or soldier remained, but where they had camped stood the great Trojan horse. The Trojan people poured out of the city to the beach so they could look more closely at the strange wooden animal. They thought it would make a great monument to their victory over the Greeks. The Princess Cassandra, daughter of the king of the Trojans, warned her people of this Greek gift, but no one would listen. The Trojans decided to pull the great horse inside the walls, into the city of Troy itself. The Trojans tied thick ropes around the legs of the huge wooden horse. Hundreds of men took a hand at the ropes. Others lined up behind the horse. Whooping and hollering, laughing at the Greeks who had never been able to scale the towering walls of Troy, the Trojans tugged and pushed and pulled the huge wooden horse slowly from the beach, over the plains, and through the gates of Troy. In the dark, secret passage of the wooden horse, Ulysses and the 5 soldiers lay quietly waiting. They could feel the horse being moved. What the Trojans had decided to do, neither Ulysses nor his soldiers knew. Suddenly, after a whole day and half a night, the Trojan horse moved no more. An hour passed. Still the horse did not move. Ulysses gave a signal. The soldiers felt their way silently down the dark, secret passage, following Ulysses. Cautiously, he opened the trapdoor. Just as he hoped, the Trojans had brought the horse inside the walls of Troy. The city was sleeping now, and the walls were unguarded. Ulysses drew his sword. He ordered the soldiers to follow, and he dashed for the main gates of the city. The Greek soldiers quickly tied the sleeping Trojan guards, while Ulysses scampered up the sentry tower. Holding a torch high above his head, he signaled to the Greek army, which had turned around and sailed back to the beach during the night. And even as Ulysses and his men opened the gates of Troy, the Greek army was marching across the plain. Caught completely by surprise, the Trojans were easily defeated by the Greek soldiers, who found their beautiful princess and took her back safely to Greece. And brave Ulysses was named the greatest of the Greek heroes. Ago, in the distant land of Norway, there lived a handsome young boy named Peer Gynt. Peer was very lazy. He did nothing but dream of the day when he would marry a pretty little girl named Solveig. Peer lived near the ocean, and like many other Norwegian boys, had his own boat, which one day he would sail all by himself. Peer's friends worked hard mending sails and learning all the jobs a sailor had to know, but Peer always said, "Tomorrow will be time enough." Solveig told Peer he should get busy, but Peer would only laugh, and he never did get around to learning all the things a sailor must know. Time when he had to sail his own boat came much sooner than Peer expected. There was to be a race. All the boys Peer's age would sail their own boats. Peer worked a little harder, but he spent much more time telling Solveig what he was going to do after he won the race. Solveig warned Peer to stop putting off his work, but Peer paid no attention. sky was dark and the wind was strong on the day of the race. In the distance, Pierre could see huge storm clouds. Suddenly, he wished he had learned more about sailing and had worked on his boat. What would happen to him if he were caught all alone in his boat at sea in a big storm? Pierre would not even have gone into the race, but he had told Solveig how he was going to win. Now he was ashamed to quit. The day had grown very dark. The little boats were already far from shore. Pierre worked very hard. The wind was strong and his little boat skimmed over the rough sea. It seemed that he would win the race in no time at all. The young men who sailed the other boats watched their course. They watched the sky and they watched the shore for a storm warning. They did not sail as fast as Pierre because they knew the time to run before the wind had not yet come. Suddenly, the howling wind crashed into the sails. The little boats were caught in the storm. The other boats were on their way back to shore, but Pierre could not turn about. He couldn't haul down the sail. Water smashed into the boat. The mast creaked. The seams of the boat began to open. It was too late now to fix them. Pierre didn't know what to do. The waves around him seemed as tall as mountains. The water crashed down on the little boat. Pierre hung to the boat for dear life. The mast bent like a whip, and then it snapped, crashing down on the tiny boat. The sail piled down around the boat. The mast and rigging fell over Pierre's head. And in the howling storm, that was the last thing Pierre remembered. The storm passed as quickly as it came. Completely wrapped in its canvas sail, Pierre's boat washed on shore. When Solveig and the townspeople rushed to Pierre's tiny ship, they found him inside. He was wet and cold, and he couldn't remember what had happened. But he said to Solveig, "I have been very lucky, and from now on, Solveig, I'm going to be a good sailor and do my work when it has to be done."
Many centuries ago in the ancient country of Persia, there lived two brothers. Qasim Baba was wealthy and lived in a big house, while Ali Baba was poor and only had a small dwelling near the edge of town. Every day, Ali Baba went into the forest to work as a woodcutter. One day, while working in a new grove of trees, he heard the sound of horses' hooves. Knowing robbers had attacked people in these woods, he cautiously climbed a tree to watch. There, in a clearing by a huge rock, he saw a band of thieves. He counted 40 in all. The leader faced the rock and called out, "Open sesame!" And a strange thing happened. Ali Baba couldn't believe his eyes. The rock had opened up like a giant door, revealing a cave beyond. The thieves marched into the cave carrying their sacks of stolen goods. Ali Baba realized what he had discovered. It's the thieves' treasure hideout. Soon the 40 thieves returned from within the cave. After mounting their horses, the robber chief shouted, "Close sesame!" And the rock door swung into place, leaving nothing to reveal the hidden wealth sealed inside. Then, while the amazed Ali Baba watched, the thieves rode away. Soon Ali Baba got enough courage to go close to the rock and try the magic words. "Open sesame!" The door obeyed. Nervously, he went inside the passageway. It led him to a giant cavern filled with chests of jewels and bags of gold and silver. Never had Ali Baba seen so much treasure. But he knew now he had learned a dangerous secret. If the robbers found him here, they would slay him on the spot. Quickly, he gathered up 2 sacks of gold and dashed out.
Close. Sesame.
Ali Baba hurried for home. He told the story to his wife, but she said it was wrong to keep the money. It was stolen and must be returned to its true owners. But Ali Baba was afraid that if the news got out, the robbers would know that he had found their secret hiding place. So he went to his rich brother Qasim for advice. He told him the complete story, even the secret words.
Open sesame, eh? My dear brother, tell no one about this. You were wise to come to me. I will decide what to do.
But the greedy Qasim decided to rob the cave himself that very night. The sight of the treasure was more than he'd expected. He began gathering and counting stacks of money. His greed caused him to forget the danger he was in.
I shall be richer than a Maharaja!
The bandits had returned. Qasim Baba cringed in terror as they crowded around him. The angry thieves beat Qasim with swords and clubs, then left him to die, tied to a post as a warning to others who might want to steal the treasure. The next day, not finding his brother at home, Ali Baba decided to go to the cave once more. Inside, he found his brother half dead. "Qasim, what have they done to you, my brother?" But the brother could not speak. I must get him to a doctor at once." Later, the robbers returned to their cave and found their victim gone.
Someone else knows our secret. Go to every doctor in town and find out who has treated a wounded man.
So the 40 thieves went to track down their captive. Early that evening, an oil merchant stopped at Ali Baba's house and knocked on the door.
Please, sir, may I stay the night and leave my oil jars in your courtyard so my donkeys can rest?
"Oh, please be my guest. You are welcome." 40 oil jars lined the walk to Ali Baba's house. But only one jar contained oil. The others held a thief, for the merchant was the robber chief in disguise.
Remember, only when I give the signal will you come out. Then we will destroy Ali Baba and his whole household.
Later that evening, while Ali Baba's wife was serving the meal, she noticed a hidden dagger in the sleeve of the merchant. This must be a thief, she thought. Our lives are in danger. She ran out to get help when a voice called out softly,
Is it time? Not yet.
She peeked into each jar and found someone hiding. When she saw the last jar with oil, she had an idea. With the help of 2 neighbors, the oil was brought into the kitchen to boil. Then, as the neighbors carried the oil, Ali Baba's wife dropped ladles full of the hot liquid into each jar. Out popped the thieves in pain and terror. Confusion turned to panic, and the thieves were routed. Off into the night they sped, never to return. What is that? Ali Baba and the disguised robber chief heard the noise.
My men have come out early to destroy your household, so now I must make short work of you.
But Ali Baba's wife and the neighbors captured the robber chief in one of his own jars. With the danger from the thieves past, Ali Baba turned over the secret treasure to the authorities. His reward from the grateful citizens was so large that Ali Baba and his family were comfortable for the rest of their lives. When all the treasure was gone, the mysterious cave door closed, never to open again.
Once in the forest on the shores of the great lake we call Lake Michigan, lived an Ottawa Indian boy. The boy had a name, but everyone had forgotten it. They called him Lazy Bones, but they said it with a smile, for the boy wasn't really lazy. It was just that he was always watching, always wandering by himself. Sometimes he would watch the women pounding corn into meal. Sometimes the boy watched the men before a hunt making arrowheads out of flint. But the boy didn't help them. Instead, he went by himself, far into the woods, always quiet, always watching. He saw where the red squirrel hid its nuts. He saw where the deer drank and where the wolverine left his big paw marks. He had one friend, a little girl named Gray Fawn, and he told her stories about the woods.
The woods and I understand each other. The trees are my friends. The birds and bees are my friends, and the animals come at my call. Oh, ooh, for they are all my friends.
One morning, Gray Fawn went to gather berries, and by late afternoon she had not yet returned. The men of the tribe found her moccasins near the lake, but they didn't find Gray Fawn. The chief, her father, cried angrily, "She must have been captured by the Saginaws." The men painted their faces and prepared for war. While the men prepared for war, the boy called Lazy Bones went to the shore where Gray Fawn's moccasins had been found. He said to himself, if Gray Fawn had been captured, she would have dropped her berry basket. I don't think she was captured. I think she took off her moccasins to go wading. He looked along the shore until he found a footprint in the mud. He said, she came out here and couldn't find her moccasins. He sang,
my woodland friends, tell me where is Gray Fawn? Which way did she go? Oh, tell me, please, that you know, and your signs I will follow to her. Oh, Gray Fawn and I are your friends.
When the boy sang the song, a porcupine that had been gnawing young willow shoots stopped and stared at him. The boy said, I think Gray Fawn went this way to gather willow splints for a basket. He looked, and he found places where the willow shoots had been broken. He followed the trail among the willows into the forest.
My woodland friends, tell me where is Gray Fawn?
A squirrel ran down a tree trunk and stopped, his nose pointing. The boy looked and saw where Gray Fawn's bare feet had disturbed the leaves.
Which way did she go?
A rabbit jumped out of some bushes, and the boy looked and saw where Gray Fawn had pushed through. He thought, she knows she is lost and is too frightened to look where she's walking.
Oh, tell me, please, that you know, and your sign I will follow to her. Gray Fawn, Gray Fawn.
Just then a flock of crows began to scold angrily. The boy went to the noise, for he knew that crows will scold when they're disturbed by someone who has no weapons. There, under a tree, he found Gray Fawn. The boy took Gray Fawn by the hand, and they set out for home. See, there! And when the men saw the children, they laughed with relief and joy. And the chief, Gray Fawn's father, put his hand on the boy's head and said, now I will give this boy a name. I will call him Little Hawk, for he has the sharpest eyes of all the Ottawas.